A big hello and a very warm welcome to the special edition of Brand Equity. We're calling it Fast Forward 2012. I'm Sonali Krishna. We've got quite an interesting mix of content for you that gives you a sneak peek into 2012, big resolutions for the new year, and a special treat from Brand Equity just for you. Take a look at what's going to keep you engrossed and entertained for the next half hour. On the show, as we ease into 2012, Brand Equity's whipped up the top 5 trends that will emerge in the new year. A heady mix of voices across verticals telling you their New Year resolutions right here on Brand Equity. And last but not the least, advertising's very own band, Wanted Yesterday, are right here on the sets of Brand Equity to perform just for you. It's not tough to look back and reminisce about the year gone by. There have been many key shifts in the Indian communications world, and they're there for everyone to see. Thus, Brand Equity decided to partner with the biggest names in the marketing and advertising fraternity so that we could bring you the biggest trends of 2012 even before we ease into it. So here's a crucial countdown of the top 5 hot trends to look out for in 2012.
Infidelity is perhaps as old as marriage. And in the big bad world of advertising, long-term client-agency relationships might soon result in open relationships. Clients have turned players of sorts and have suddenly got into experimental mode. Call it convenient, dangerous or deceptive. But polygamy is poised to take off in 2012.
Corporations will probably reach out to more service providers and look to use ideas and brand guidelines to unite the work of many different service providers.
A number of large brands who have started experimenting with agencies outside of their appointed AORs, and for good reason, because somewhere we find that there are bottlenecks in the creative process which a reputed large agency somehow has not been able to address. It is making the marketer a little more, let's say, promiscuous in terms of looking around for better service.
Virginia Woolf said that for most of history, Anonymous was a woman. But that woman isn't anonymous anymore. Not only has she made her voice heard, but she's putting her money where her mouth is. Believe it or not, the fair sex controls 2/3 of discretionary spends in the world, and they're the biggest emerging market of 2012.
In pretty much every market in which we operate is a growing recognition of the economic power of women, and big corporates now trying to segment offers to different groups of women. So expect to see a lot more campaigns and branding targeted at women in recognition of their economic power.
They are the consumer of the future. They are the very large segment of consumers who are coming into the earning mode, and therefore their lifestyles will govern the consumer offers that come in.
"2012 will not be for the faint-hearted." Call it deja vu or a flashback to 2008, but 2012 will take this to an entirely different level. If consumerism was in 2011 and the Indian consumer took to retail therapy like never before, 2012 is poised to take a 360-degree turn.
With the lack of feel-good factor in the economy, I think consumers will be far more careful with their spends. So therefore, there will be a little bit of slowing down of discretionary spends. Reacting to this, I would think marketeers will have a little more focus on price offs and promotions, so that's bound to increase.
The first half will continue to be challenged for 3 big reasons. Inflation, of course, number 1. The oil prices where they are, number 2. And the rupee-dollar exchange, which affects many industries, especially technology industries. So I would think that in the first half, most companies will be prudent and they will conserve cash. If you are a price fighter, it will be a very difficult year to survive. So most price fighter brands will be on the back foot in 2012.
Mass has been the focus of marketers for years now, but that is finally set to change in the new year. The new mass will be defined by the Nouveau Niche, an all-important marketing classification in 2012. A mouthful of words, you think? But 2012 will see marketers focus on multiple niche markets, and a combination of these clusters will become the new mass.
Companies are going to increasingly segment the opportunity a lot better and a lot more in a more robust manner than they've done in the past. We're talking about the ability to identify, recognize and market to multiple segments.
Consumers are getting more educated. They are looking for specific solutions for their needs. And we've seen a lot of new launches in the last few years, and I think it is to come in with these niches and these segments to understand consumer insights leading to consumer products, products which have got relevant differentiation with which you can actually occupy these niches, be the first to market.
Say emerging markets, and it's India and China that pops up. And while every global marketer worth his salt has been betting big on these two markets to soften the recession blow, 2012 may upset their grand plans. India and China will not be as optimistic anymore, as they buckle down and give in to global depression, lowering their growth rate significantly. Simply put, India and China will not be as emerging anymore.
The opportunities in countries like Russia and South Africa, Indonesia, these are countries which are going to also explode. So it's not a question of either or, it's a question of how much you do in these countries like India and China, and how do you get into countries like Indonesia and South Africa, Vietnam, Philippines. So these are all opportunity markets.
Now that you have your ammunition for 2012, go grab a drink, but come back in time, as we'll be back with a host of voices telling you on camera what their New Year business resolution is.